So people are bewildered in amazement, apparently, that if a cop asks you in a reasonable suspicion state, stop and ID state, if a cop asks you for your ID, you should give it to him. People are bewildered by that. Well, but what if he doesn't have reasonable suspicion? Well, you don't know. He doesn't know. Nobody knows until the court figures it out. Well then there's nothing we could do. What happened to the Fourth Amendment? Nothing happened to the Fourth Amendment. I guess this community, as litigious as it seems to be, has completely forgotten about 42 USC 1983 or 18 USC 241 242, 42 USC 1985. There are lots of remedies available, both to the federal government if a state is violating your rights, and you if the state is violating your rights. It is never a good idea to try to fight it out right there with the officer. He's got a gun and he's got the authority to arrest you. If he thinks that he has probable cause, falling down. You gonna make it there, buddy? Come on. If he thinks he has probable cause to arrest you, he can arrest you. If he thinks he has reasonable suspicion to detain you, then he can detain you, and he could use whatever force is necessary, reasonably necessary, to do so. So it's a bad idea for you to think that there is some remedy that doesn't involve the court. If you feel that your rights have been violated, you sue. If you feel your rights have been violated, you can contact I'd suggest contacting the FBI to see if they want to investigate the police department or the officer for violating your constitutional rights. If it's egregious enough, they will. If it's questionable, they probably won't. But those are your remedies. So no, I'm not saying they get to violate your rights willy-nilly. I'm saying that there is a time and a place for everything, and fighting the cop right there on the street is not the right time or place to do it. You fight him in the courtroom. That's where you determine whether or not they had probable cause or reasonable suspicion. And that's where a court will determine it, and that's where a court will give you your remedy. And by the way, I also want to point out that if you're going to try to nitpick me and say, it's got to be probable cause of a crime, it's got to be reasonable suspicion of a crime. Yes, I am fully aware of that. Reasonable suspicion means reasonable suspicion that a crime is, was, or has been committed. And it means also that the officer has to have not just a hunch, but he has to have some articulable, objective fact that a reasonable person could conclude gave him something to base his suspicion on. So I understand the basis of these things, but you have to understand that reasonable suspicion is a term of art. In the legal field, it has a specific meaning that encompasses all the cases from Terry to Illinois v. Wardlow and everything in between and everything subsequent. So I hope that clears it up. In case you're still wondering, 1983 lawsuits are your best friend if you think your rights have been violated. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.